Okay, so the last time I was live, I was wood carving, and I was making a wood carving of a bear to go over a mantle or fireplace. And today I am going to be making a wall piece made of a surfboard. Um, so this is the back. It's an old used surfboard. Somebody did some graffiti on it. Um, WRV. And um, what I've done is taken the hard fiberglass shell off to expose the styrofoam that's underneath. Um, and the center spine that's made of wood will stay here and should disappear pretty much whenever I do the final painting and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into basically kind of a big sea turtle, um, and then just something kind of abstract behind him. Um, so my process is that I look at a picture of a sea turtle or whatever I'm doing, and I just kind of freehand draw it, um, freehanding it with a marker. So if I make a mistake, it's not a huge deal really, because then I can paint over it. So I'm just gonna kind of figure out the scale of the turtle. So I wanted to take up a lot of the board, and his head is going to be here a little bit going diagonally this way. So I'm going to start here with the head, and then I can work the rest of it. I'm just going to get a general shape here. This is mouth here. Head around this way. It comes out this way a little more. This is just kind of whatever I want it to be, really. The nostril. Actually, that to be down here more. No, I don't. So the beauty of the styrofoam, I can erase it with a sandpaper. This is where I wanted the nose to be. Here. And I'm just looking at a picture for reference. The joins in here is eye. His eye sits this way. It comes down. Shell goes up over and defines the eye. Comes around that way. So we know what we got there. I'm not trying to get this exact. I'm just making these where I kind of feel like they go. Again, with the picture of a sea turtle for reference. So I'm kind of paying attention to that. And the shell comes up out of here. We're going to bring that down at an angle. Pretty far down here. Bring his neck down. I can get an idea of where I want to start with some of the legs. And this kind of makes a little V here. Down. The shell comes out. Drops down. We're kind of looking from underneath a little bit also, as if you were underwater under the turtle. Right, and so I'll bring a piece of this leg out here. Start it here. And it's coming down about the same angle as the shell. Okay. And it extends pretty far out. I'm going to bring it all the way down to the bottom of the board. And like that. And this comes in kind of skinny here. It starts to go out. Like that. Shell will disappear down behind. And we will lose the back leg that's drifting off this way back here. That's okay. All right, so that's that basic shape. Now the undershell, the bottom shell. That comes in here. Curves down. Comes back up this way. Tucks back in here. This has got a kind of a triangle shape right here in the front. Helps me to look at something because I can really get the the idea. Sometimes I'll screw up the scale of what I'm drawing a little bit. I have to go back and fix it. But here's the underline, I guess, the basic bottom line coming down. And comes up into here. And then right below here, for the back leg coming out, we'll just give it that appearance. And then back here, another back leg coming that way. Some of that later. All right, and then from here, I'm going to extend up this way into his right leg this way. And I'm going to bring that out and try to get the whole leg in here. It's about same length as that one. Let's see. I'll come up this way. Then down. There's a little hook right there. And it comes down to a point that way. Yeah, I think that's the idea. There's probably some sort of pattern that all turtles have, kind of like ducks have with how many feathers they have of certain types. But I haven't studied them enough to know. And maybe one day I will. And so I'm realizing now that my turtle's upside down to your view. um, I'll worry about that later. All right, so as my general outline, I've got it in place. And then I think I'll look at another picture and see if I can find something I want to put in the background, just to sort of add to it. And maybe I just want to be very abstract and not really have much going on. Let's see. Thinking maybe just some lines to give it movement. And I'm going to draw those because I don't want to carve them yet. So let's see. Okay. All right, so the next process is take my rusty blade, left it in the garage. Should still be okay with it. So just like relief carving with wood, I want the turtle to be forward and the rest of the background to be carved out. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave these high. These are going to be kind of sticking up. I'm going to carve around the turtle, get all this out. And the way that I do that is I just go around the edge of my drawing. In some ways, this is a lot easier than carving with wood because I can really dig out a lot here fast. All right, so what I'll do, kind of back cut. I'll be pretty loud too. Let's hold on though, it usually comes out very easily. It's quite possible that I go and just turn this into kind of a time lapse video because this is so loud. I'm right on the edge of where I took the fiberglass off. Okay. This is on the foam that I've dealt with before. The depth doesn't really matter. I'll come back in here. You can't really see this high ridge right here, but I'll come back and clean that up. And then probably give this some sort of contoured shape. Not sure what it'll be yet. But for now, it'll be like it is. Pull that out. And just keep working my way around the turtle. I think. think I want to snap off this blade. Let's see if I can get a better cut. I'm not rusted. Yeah, it's better. That's some strong foam. This stuff just pops right out. see if I can turn this camera around. And I could just leave all of this kind of fluid movement through here. Wonder what it would be like if I just did a V cut. Not real deep. Right down the middle. So the way I'll do that is coming from one side, go right up against this cut. Gotta find that line again. we go. Come back this way. Yeah, I don't know what we're making with this yet. I'm just going with it. It's going to be what it's going to be. What I'll probably do is give that some maybe green color, font light, kelp, or seaweed, or something. Blue background, but the blue can still have some movement too. So make this green, and it's back in here blue. That could end up with a sander, just getting in here and smoothing this out, get some of these little chunks out. Maybe even rough it up where it's just got like little checks through it, the whole thing. Another V cut right here. Yeah, I can like that. A little softer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't think you can really see it. There you go. Now you can see it. So I'm just giving some movement behind the turtle. I like it. That's kind of the thing with this process. You just don't really, you can kind of plan it out, but I don't know. I find that I'm never really sure what I'm doing until I get into it. And that can change pretty easily too. When you get to the painting process, you realize there's something you wouldn't like. You go back and make changes. And then something just have to be done. Accept what you got. Um, yeah. So this piece is a piece that someone has commissioned from me, but told me to use my interpretation however I wanted to make it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to work on the turtle a little bit. There won't be as much depth with the carving of the turtle. In fact, I can do a lot of this with paint, but I do want the head to be forward of the body. And so I'll come in here with this, just cut that out right to there. Bring your shoulder down a little bit, like that. Then the shell is raised a little bit. So I'll come in the other direction here. Not very deep. I'm in at a flat angle here. I don't want to go too deep. There's some crusty foam in here. I think this board had some repair done to it or something. It's very thick through here. All right. So I think I'm still going to come in here a little bit. Parts away. And being pretty rough here. The back to my picture. Yeah, so this needs to sit forward as well. So I'll trace out this way. Actually, all the way down. I'm going to leave some just go on the outside of this. I can get that detail later. The general shape. All right, so just creating some illusion that some things are sticking out further than they are, or further towards you, trying to make a two-dimensional object into 3D. This leg's going to sit back of the forward underneath of here. So I'm going to put that little line right there. Maybe you have some of the where the shadows work like that. All right, I'm going to pause for a little bit and we'll be back. Hello.